if you don't listen to nothing else, listen to what I got to say in this video. I've run tests on a few people from Texas with HIV and found inside of these people intestinal parasites. You want to know what type of parasites they were? Toxoplasma parasites. And these are the parasites that I study more closely because when I'm looking at them under a microscope, they tend to move much aggressive inside of a protein liquid that I make up. It's a viral protein liquid that I pull from animal flesh. I found that these toxoplasma parasites not only move very distinct inside of certain proteins and become aggressive inside of certain proteins, but they tend to react to a response of different acids when they are inside of these molecules. So something told me to research artificial parasites. And when I went to look up artificial parasites, what came up was that scientists were able, for the first time, to create a parasite, a toxoplasma parasite, to control, but to use as an experiment to see how they would allocate diseases and carry on certain cultures. What they did was they inserted DNA and RNA to these parasites so that when these parasites find a host, that DNA and RNA of that parasite or that pathogen takes on or takes over the DNA of the person and gives the DNA of itself to that person so that when it lays the infection or whatever it lays, such as STDs or cancer, that person's body will become acclimated to the infection and receive it as if it is something natural for the body to take on. I want y'all to hear me. This devil of America that y'all look up to, that y'all put your trust in, you run into their hospitals, and these people got y'all thinking that they have your best interests at heart. And I said that the toxoplasma parasite is the cause of HIV, and here it goes. Is that parasites such as intestinal parasites are one of the most common opportunistic infections associated with HIV. Some parasitic infections associated with HIV include toxoplasmosis. That's about a toxoplasma parasite. Let's go on. And I said that scientists are growing them inside of the lab. And it goes on to say, yes, scientists have found a way to grow the toxoplasma parasite. And it goes down and says, scientists have found a way to artificially grow the parasite into morozooites, which normally only happens inside a cat's intestines. To do this, they have found a switch that controls the transition between the asexual and sexual phases. So let's go further. It says, yes, parasites can be a risk factor for transmitting HIV/AIDS through intra-host interactions. Intestinal parasites such as Schistosoma mansoni have been identified in HIV/AIDS patients. Some suggest that HIV-positive people should be screened for intestinal parasites because they are prone to co-infections. Y'all better listen to me. NCBI reported. It says, do AIDS patients suffer from pneumonia due to toxoplasma? It said toxoplasmosis is a severe opportunistic infection in patients infected with the human immunodeficiency virus, which is HIV. The lung is a major site of infection after the central nervous system. In this report, we described 2 cases of pneumonia due to Toxoplasma gondii infection in HIV patients with antiretroviral therapy. These parasitic infections are causing STDs. So I will be going to Texas. And there ain't a damn thing that America can do about it. I'm going with a solution. And no, I'm not asking for anything. This shit is crazy that you have a government that's supposed to be for its people that are paying scientists to create artificial parasites that are bioengineered with DNA to cause in its infection when it lay it inside of their host or person to become cancers and STDs. And the proteins that they are putting inside of your foods. As I said before, how they reacted to the proteins when I put it inside of my microscope. When I put this protein solution on a microscope and these toxoplasma parasites were able to come in contact with these protein solutions, they reacted very peculiar versus when I put them in other solutions. So what they're doing is they're taking these proteins. Casein protein is in dairy. They were very aggressive in that casein protein solution. They were very aggressive in that VP1 protein solution. So now you have casein protein, you are eating dairy, and you get these parasites in your body that's becoming aggressive because you have casein protein in your body. And the casein protein feeds them to be able for them to grow and lay the infections in your body that becomes the STDs. They have engineered this perfectly. Y'all are voting for devils. You say one is better than the other. One evil is not greater than the other. I will be coming to Texas. And for those who are in Texas, who have this issue, reach out to me. I'll have the solution. I'll have the phytochemicals that you need in order to irritate these infections. Peace.